Once upon a time, in the shining kingdom of Lumeria, there lived a kind and curious princess named Elina. She had golden hair like sunshine and eyes that sparkled like stars. Elina loved stories about magic and fairylands. Every night, she would sit by her window, dreaming of visiting a place where fairies danced and magic bloomed in the air. One morning, while walking in the royal garden, Elina noticed a glowing butterfly fluttering near a rose. As she reached out, the butterfly sparkled and whispered, "Follow me, princess." Elina's heart raced with excitement. Without telling anyone, she followed the butterfly through the forest, over the hills, and into the trees where sunlight barely touched the ground. Suddenly, the butterfly flew into a large hollow tree. Elina stepped inside and was swept into a swirl of glittering wind. When she opened her eyes, she stood in the middle of Fairyland, a place full of glowing flowers, floating islands, talking animals, and tiny fairies with shimmering wings. A kind fairy named Luma greeted her, saying, "We need your help, princess. Our magic crystal is missing, and without it, Fairyland will fade." Elina bravely agreed to help. Luma handed her a map and a star-shaped key. "You must pass through 3 magical lands," she said. "The Forest of Fog, the Mountains of Echo, and the Lake of Illusions." Elina began her adventure, stepping into the Forest of Fog, where shadows whispered and trees moved. She used her courage and kindness to befriend a shy fox named Flicker, who guided her through the maze. Next, they reached the Mountains of Echo, where their every word echoed loudly. Elina faced tricky puzzles carved in stone. With Flicker's help, she solved them and found a glowing path to the top. There, a giant hawk named Skarn guarded the sky gate. Elina showed kindness by healing his injured wing, and in return, Skarn flew them to the Lake of Illusions. At the lake, Elina saw many versions of herself reflected in the water. A voice whispered, "Only the true heart can see the truth." Elina closed her eyes and said, "I believe in love, bravery, and friendship." The water shimmered, and a hidden cave appeared. Inside, the stolen crystal glowed brightly. A lonely goblin named Grizzle had taken it, thinking it would help him make friends. Elina gently explained that friendship comes from the heart, not magic. Touched by her words, Grizzle gave the crystal back. Elina, Flicker, and Grizzle returned to the fairy palace. The fairies cheered, and Fairyland shone even brighter. Luma thanked Elina and gave her a tiny bell. "If you ever need us, ring this." With a swirl of magic, Elina was back in her garden. She smiled, holding the bell close. Her heart was full of adventure, and she knew Fairyland would always be just a ring away. From that day on, Elina became not just a princess, but a hero of 2 worlds.